Dan was going out of his way to connect us to people in our industry who we thought would be helpful. And just a level of commitment to our business that was unexpected, much more than simply developing the software. My name is Shane Beardsley. I'm the CEO of Health Data Works, and Dan Hirsch is our fractional CTO, and I love working with Dan. I have a lot to say about it. I have another company where my CEO's name is Dan Hirsch, and I was on LinkedIn trying to make sure that I had all the connections appropriate, and I searched for Dan Hirsch. As I was reading about his past experiences, I saw that he had a lot of software development experience. It took me a little bit of time to realize it was a different Dan, and I was reading his profile. I saw that he did fractional CTO work, and it just so happened that we were in discussions with my partner about hiring a CTO, whether we should outsource it or try to recruit a CTO for the company. It's a little bit outside of our experience, the software side of things. I'm a physician by training, and my partner's in sales, and we're starting a software company, so that's a little bit unusual. And so we wanted to get some help in the engineering side of things. I was compelled to reach out to him with a kind of the funny connection that we had, and he responded, and we set up a meeting, and it was just an amazing first meeting. He really understood everything about what we were trying to do with our software, and so I knew right away that we were going to be a good team. So I got my other partner on the phone call next, and we kind of solidified our partnership, and we've been working together since. Pretty quickly with Dan, we revved into high gear. I mean, he had some really good wire diagrams. Pretty quickly, I had a very detailed proposal from him. Had met the rest of the people on his engineering team that he put together to work with us. I myself was attending all the sprint meetings, and he put together some other resources for us to use with Mural and Trello, and just really organized. He's very organized. I got to say that he really connected us to a lot of other strategic partners. I mean, from venture capitalists in California to angel investor groups to people that he'd worked with on other companies who had some crossover into the healthcare space, just really strategically thinking about our company and what steps we needed to take, and kind of taking an active role in mentoring us in that process as we kind of figured out how to start a company successfully, a software company. He could see some of the obstacles we were going to face and gave us heads up, helped us navigate that process, made a lot of introductions. Some of them panned out. For example, our FDA consultant that we use now was introduced to us by him, and he's brilliant. Dan was going out of his way to connect us to people in our industry who we thought would be helpful. And just a level of commitment to our business that was unexpected, much more than simply developing the software, to our specifications. So he was appropriate in scaling, keeping control of expenses and scaling as needed. So he's a fractional CTO, but of course, that means his whole team is somewhat flexible. So as we needed more, expertise, needed to move faster, he would build up the team. When we needed to slow down a little bit because of financial constraints, he was able to work with us to do that. Appropriately brought on a user experience engineer when the timing was right, when we could afford it financially, and to get ahead of that process, which has been a really good addition to our team. So really brought us to where we are now. We just got breakthrough device designation for our software as a medical device. We are in trials right now and expect to have FDA approval within 2 to 3 months. And it's not been an easy process. I mean, the FDA hurdles are quite extensive and difficult to overcome. And his team was not super experienced with the FDA and HIPAA compliance issues, but they were willing to work through that and have been working through it. Really been a good experience working with him and his team at Skater Elephant. Highly recommend him. You're going to know right away within the first phone call whether your personalities mesh, which it does with me 100%. Be very honest, open-minded, upfront, tell you how it is. But definitely a team player, someone you want on your team. Thanks a lot. Have a good night. Bye.